January 28th, working on some yard stuff, and noticed that this hive just has a lot of bees out front. We're sacrificing a lot of bees to keep that cluster warm. That may be another benefit of that insulation there. So they may be keeping it warm, using a lot of resources to do it, but the resource that's most important are the bees. These are the bees on Hive 7. Get some pollen going in. Again, this is January 30th, 2024. A lot of yellow pollen. I looked at our maple trees and they're just about to pop, so I'm guessing some that probably have a little bit more exposure than ours, probably blooming. F6 did not have a ton of activity, but it's got some. We do have some Russian queen breeders and suppliers near us, so there's someone near us too that has lots of Russian bees, so this could be a crossbred with a Russian. That's why they may have brooded down a little bit in the winter. This is Hive 5, the uninsulated control hive, still rolling right along. Notice I cut the bottoms off our guardian entrances because the bees sometimes they got stuck underneath of them and then they would squeeze through and they would lose all their pollen. So this way it still has the elevated entrance on all sides, so the small hive beetle shouldn't be able to get in there, but the bees can also just step up into the entrance. That way they're not all backed up out there trying to get in. I don't know that they're definitely not a silver bullet, those guardian entrances, but they may reduce numbers a little bit. I do like the smaller plastic entrances. Bug Farmer was nice enough to gift me some entrance reducers that plug into those, so when I do oxalic acid, all I have to do is put those plastic pieces in and that closes the front down. So I can do an effective oxalic acid treatment. They're really at it today. It is February 6th. It's about 56 degrees. I'm about to pop these tops real quick. Run down here and see what kind of action we got going on inside. And then I'll probably sync my sensors so we have up-to-date weights. Quite active. Quite a bit of warmth coming out of there. Not as many small hive beetles in there anymore. They must have got agitated enough that they moved. Hopefully they're down on that bottom tray now. Oops, this one popped off and I pulled the cover. Quite a bit of warmth on there. It's a little dry up there. An assassin bug right there. All these little gnats, but that's an assassin bug. He's moving in there. There's a huge gap between the inner cover and that sensor. Wow, these bees are busy. Quite a bit of warmth. There's small hive beetles in here. See a lot of them here. They've completely opened that up. They feel that they need the ventilation, so all the other hives do not have the option to have the open ventilation. This one was given so that they can't fly in and out of it, but they can open and close it as they feel fit. This is Hive 6. There's someone clustered there. Try to get some video later if I can, but I was shining lights down in these seams and these frames are still completely filled with honey. at least in the top box. See if I can try to get some pictures at night. Get a little clearer. Each of those frames is about 5 or 10 pounds though. So 2 frames is probably about 3 weeks of time, resources. At least this time of year, I think can go pretty quick. These are all active in here. Again, the spacing between the brood minder and this inner cover is quite a bit. Getting some moisture up here. Actually a little bit of mold there. That's actually somehow getting moisture up there. It has to get moisture in here too. It's gonna be interesting to see what these hives look like after I pull them off. There could be condensation on the outside of these. It may look all nasty by the time I get done. But actually, since we're here, this has quite a bit of water and stuff in it. That really needs cleaned out. A fair amount of small hive beetles, so I don't know as if they're getting active, if they're just able to run them down or what. This one has a lot of gnats in it. A fair amount of small hive beetles that are dead too. I don't know if the small hive beetles are coming from somewhere else or they're just getting around getting them hustled down. So it's got a lot of water in it too. Of course, this one's not insulated, so there's a lot of condensation happening. Just a few small hive beetles in there. That's hive 5. This is hive 4. A lot of water in there. And when water and oil mix, you get mold and stuff growing in there. So small hive beetles in there as well. These probably need to be cleaned out pretty soon and refreshed. If I get time this weekend, I'll try to do that. Not too bad. A lot of activities on the left side, which we saw that from above. Yeah, it's all over here on the left. 2's get active. And down to 1. Fair amount of activity there. Burning through those stores, all those uncapped. That's all cappings, wax, so they're going to get into their stores. Small hive beetles in there too. That's the one that we saw, some that were up here in the top. That's all for today. I'm gonna go ahead and get these all synced. These are we got these from Better Bee, but these are queen castles. I went ahead and painted them. And then I got a second one this year. So I had one last year, but so there's 3 chambers in the bottom, and the top is just a spacer so that I can put jars on the top. I guess I can show you that. So it's a 3-way. Humidity nuke. Each one has 3 frames. So I considered getting more of these if I'm going to raise more, but I don't know that I need them. If I do grafting and stuff, something like that would come in handy. They do make 2-frame ones as well, which would be really good for grafting and queen rearing, but the number of bees I have, I think I need to keep these as strong 3 frames because I'm not going to be able to sacrifice too much only having 6 hives that are active to pull from. I think my goal this year is we have 6 hives. I'd like to make 12 additional splits to be able to potentially sell. And if I don't have anything left over, then I don't think I'm going to build it out into full-size equipment. I'm just running 8 frames, so it's not that big, but try to do 5 frames and then see if I can overwinter anything this coming year. If I don't sell them all, I don't mind selling them all too, and just get back down to 6 if I can. It is February 7th. It's easiest to go in these at night to see what kind of stores they have, but hopefully you can see that. That's still all capped honey. Let me actually switch that. There we go. That's all capped honey. This is hive 6. I was editing the video and realized that I didn't look into that. Yeah, so assuming those frames are about 5 pounds a piece, they can lose about 3 to 5 pounds, depending on the time of year, a week. And we've got several weeks of stores left. Again, this one's the heaviest hive. They seem to be brooding up a little slower. Again, that's hive 6. This is hive 7. Got 2 drone combs in there. Kind of hard to see, there's just so many bees in each seam. Not sure if you can see that or not. That appears to still be honey in there. Honey on that frame. There's at least a ring in here. Kinda gotta look when there's no bees. But that's what they look like at night. It's less glare. Should probably take more videos at night, I guess. I'm seeing some small hive beetles running out. They don't like the lights. So if I shine that light right on that frame, that top edge, the bees just seem to be able to, they can get out. Maybe the bees can handle them. At least enough to get them to the bottom board and kill them. Yeah, that frame is honey at the top. One time last year, I was actually able to see the queen in the top. Yeah, there's honey up here as well. You can see that or not. Their weight is dwindling very quickly though, so we'll have to keep an eye on this hive. I'm thinking this hive is Italian, considering grafting off of it, but they also had the higher mite count, so we shall see. The one that's brooding up, the one next to it, hive 6, is brooding up slowly. It's probably Russian. There's a lot of Russian nukes that people buy around here, so that can be a sign of those traits. But we won't know until we do our first inspection. This is hive 5 at night. Still got some honey down here. Yeah, quite a bit of honey along the top of that frame. Honey in there. Something in there. This one's drawn out wide, so it's made that one drawn out skinny. Yeah, got some honey down in there. It's like that. What I'm looking at is empty, but what's on the other side is full of honey. Kind of hard to see. But yeah, it's hive 5. Quite a little bit of propolis and bridge comb being built along the edge. This is hive 4. Trying to look in here at resources. Trying to do that in a way that focus down in there. It's like quite a bit of honey still over here. Some of that looks like it's been opened up. A little bit of honey left though. This one also seems to be going through its stores pretty quick. Yeah, I got honey over here. Honey here. And we're really just seeing the top edge, so this isn't the best indicator on this one. There's some honey down there. It's a ways down too. It's hive 4. This is hive 3. less bees there are, the easier I can see down in there. That's all honey. Still. Honey, from what I can see through the camera. Fair bit of honey. Looks like they have chimneyed. They're pretty much all on the left side. There's not much honey near the top over here. So they've chimneyed. They'll probably start working their way over. They got plenty of honey from what I can see. This is directly on top of the clear inner cover. Something weird with the bee space here. Hive 3. Hive 1. They don't seem to be very excited about the light. Look at that. Interesting. There's some sort of little larvae in there. Sure, see if you can see that flickering around right there. So I think what's happening, the small hive beetles got in there, stuck their ovipositor through that cell wall, and now we got a little small hive beetle larvae in there. The bees can't get to it at all. Now when it gets bigger, they'll be able to manage it. Quite a bit of that's filled up with comb. Yeah, so anytime you violate the bee space with stuff, things can get in there. But that just tells you that it's warm enough that the small hive beetles can reproduce. And this is nice hive temperatures here. Let's switch this to single light. So we got some honey down there. Honey on those frames. Honey. All honey. That's all honey. That's honey. Too many bees in here to see. It's got honey in it. Not sure if you can see that. Yeah, interesting. So all this tunneling here very well could be small hive beetle larvae. There it is, just squirming around. They don't like the light either.